Okay, I would stay with the fuel matter, not me. The Guardian.
The Guardian.
Guardian says President Buhari apologizes to Nigerians for fuel scarcity. You are destroying our economy. PDP tells him Fayose decries loss of 7.7 million jobs in 2 years. All that tied to the president's apology.
Yes. Well, the president has come out to say the fuel crisis is regrettable, which it truly is. Nobody will deliberately inflict and afflict the populace with something like this, particularly at such time of the year. The crisis we have is what I call a snafu in computer language. They say situation normal, all fouled up. Snafu. That's what just happened. The situation was normal till about 3 weeks ago when suddenly glitches came in, and they've been battling to resolve it since then. So nobody foresaw this, nobody planned this. Anybody that says it's deliberate, I've had one former minister who leads a regional socio-political group saying it was a deliberate ploy to punish people from a certain part of the country. I think it doesn't make sense, with due respect to that person.
There are those who believe that the PENGASSAN threat for strike
indeed, yes,
was like the last straw that broke the camel's back.
I agree with those people. I agree with those people because there was the initial shortfall of supplies, which was being resolved that weekend. As at that weekend, Saturday, Sunday, things were returning to normal. And suddenly, PENGASSAN declared a strike from that Monday. It eventually was resolved, but it had caused a lot. Yes, so it had caused a lot of panic buying, a lot of hoarding, a lot of problems. And that is what is yet to be resolved.
Do you think that the pump price of petrol at this point that we are now, it's inevitable that the pump price of petrol will go up?
Like I said earlier, I don't have an opinion on this because mine is to amplify whatever the president has decided to do. That will be a decision for the president and for people in government.
For hoarders, you know, this is we're looking at the DPR, the Department of Petroleum Resources, who is saddled with regulating that compliance level for everybody. But if the DPR doesn't have measures to punish those people who are caught hoarding, then how do you deter that kind of situation?
No, but I've seen reports about a number of filling stations sealed up by
Is that
DPR.
enough?
Well, at least it's a step. It's a step because infractions must be punished. That's how to send a message.
Okay, Mr. Adesina, we will continue with this conversation about the fuel thing in the course of the program. But see, this is the matter. Nigeria's unemployment worsens at 18.8% are jobless. That's according to the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics.
Yes.
How's that working out? I mean,
well, very sorry case, very pathetic. But then it didn't happen in the past 2.5 years since this administration came. Remember that even one of the campaign issues for the president was joblessness. I think he used the statistics then that about 30 million Nigerians, particularly
and there
youths,
was a promise to create some millions of jobs every month.
Oh, yes.
So how's that working out?
Fine. That was a promise. There's still room to keep the promise going forward. But don't forget that the economy went into recession. Nobody foresaw that.
What's the job figures now? How many jobs has this government been able to
No, I don't have that at my fingertips. Minister for Labour and Employment, Dr. Chris Ngige, can give you authoritative figures.
Do you think that the measures that has been put by this government, i.e. looking at the intervention programs that they have for job creation, how well would you say they have been successful? I
think so. I think they are being successful, but they are making just a dent, a slight dent in the problem.
Because it's really gone deep.
It's gone deep.
Let's see what's going on in the world of sports. Ahead of Morocco 2018 Nations Cup, Yusuf set to announce final team list as China Eagles return to camp tomorrow. What do you think? How are we going to fare there?
Yeah, fine. I think Nigerians need all the delight and cheers that can come their way now, particularly with what has happened in the past few weeks. So if the China Eagles do well, we'll be quite glad.
Okay. I'll leave it with that. I'll leave it at that for The Guardian. Ajuri?
This morning, we have This Day newspaper with the top headline reading, Buhari expresses regret over fuel crisis. Subsidy hits 40.7 naira per litre. Now, the question I have for you, sir, is we're having, based on this headline now, it's reading, as you can see, subsidy hits 40 naira, 70 kobo per litre. Now, the pronouncement of the GMD of NNPC, Dr. Maikanti Baru, yesterday was that the subsidy is 26 naira. Now, there's a gap, there's a discrepancy, and we want to know, why is there a discrepancy and what is the actual figure of the subsidy being quoted right now?
Well, you see the discrepancies in the different newspapers, but I think Dr. Baru is the one who can explain that mathematics. But what I see in more papers is that the subsidy is actually about 26 naira now, but the NNPC can explain that better.
Another headline reads, power generation hits new peak, 5,222.3 megawatts, apparently setting a transmission record according to the Transmission Company of Nigeria. Other headlines read, state legislatures will approve share of excess crude account withdrawal, says Katsina State Governor Aminu Masari. And these are the headlines we have for you this morning on this day.
Next is the Vanguard newspaper, and the lead story here